All right, guys, looking at this, we go back to the Subaru, and I didn't have battery yesterday to show you guys when we were putting the engine inside the car, so I decided just to bring you guys when the motor's already in and we got everything in there. We already primed the motor for oil. The way we do that is we take the fuel pump relay off, so the fuel pump is not working, so we don't have any fuel going to the injectors or anything like that, and we just crank it for some time till we feel we got enough oil in the turbo and the rest of the engine. And then we put the fuel pump relay back on, and then we put the ignition switch about 3 or 4 times. That way we prime the fuel system. And right now we're just adding coolant, and we will start it for the first time after 4 motors. Let's see if this one is the last one. Woohoo! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That sounds nice. Wow. Nice. I was still worried because the 2 first motors that we got, they had good compression, but they had a rot knock on them. The first one, as soon as we started, we heard the noise, and we knew it was bad. Then we got a replacement for that. We put it in, and it sounded good when it started, but when we drove it and you actually put power down, it was knocking as well. And unfortunately, the person that sold the customer the motor, the first motor, overcharged him for the motor, and at the end of the day he said he would only replace it 2 times because the warranty was over, and kind of screw him over on that. But then this company that we're dealing with, we got the first motor and we didn't have compression on cylinder number 2, but they were super easy, super fast to deal with, no questions asked. They just needed a video of no compression on cylinder 1, and they send us a beautiful replacement motor, which is this one on here now. That's just the power steering pump, adding some power steering. Oh my God, I am so happy. Finally, this car is leaving the shop. It's been here for a good 6 or 7 months, right? Yep. Because it was one thing after another. Plus, the first guy used to take at least a month or 2 weeks to replace the motor. And then he said it was too long and didn't replace it anymore. Woohoo! Nice. No smoke. I think this is gonna be the good one. All right. All right, we're gonna leave it on there. Just make sure we burp the coolant system, wait for the fans to kick in, and then we'll do another little video when we do a test drive. We'll leave it there, and then we're gonna schedule to bring it in and get this bad boy tuned and see how much power we can get out of it. All right, guys, so I don't know, I think we spoke too soon. We're pulling the car out to give it the first test drive, and I started hearing a little bit of a noise coming from the engine. I wasn't sure of what it was, or I don't even know what to think with this car anymore. So I decided to drain the oil and put new oil, new filter on there, and check the oil just to see how it looked. See if it tells us something. But I mean, it looks good. No particles, no metal shavings, nothing in there. So we're putting in new oil again, new filter. I don't know, this is just weird and stupid. This is the 4th engine that we replaced, JDM engine, and 2 from same source, the other 2 from a different one. And it just seems kind of impossible to me to get 4 engines, 4 bad engines in a row. And the only thing that I'm thinking is the oil pan and the sump. Maybe starving the engine from oil, not pulling enough oil. I don't know. I don't know what to think. It's just weird. So I'm gonna fill it up with oil, start it back up, and I'll come right back. Hold on. All right, so we put new oil. It's up to level. Let's start it up. Es lo que te digo yo, no se mueve el aceite. ¿Va que ahí estaba cuando lo metiste? Ahí. ¿Limpiarlo? I don't know what to tell you guys. Alright. So we're gonna try this. I'm not sure this is the problem or not, but I'm just I don't know. It's just too much. 4 engines in a row, and this has always been on every single engine that we got. So we're gonna try that and hope for the best. I mean, the engine sounded really good when we first started it up. So I don't know. We'll see. We shall see in a little bit. Alright. So we put the oil pan and the oil pickup tube, the original one, back on. Let's start it up. It's full of oil. Go ahead. Okay. Otto, pará, por favor. I can definitely still kind of hear it, but it's a lot less than before. Yep, there we go. I don't know. I think that was the issue. I think there's a problem with that with this thing right here. I can't see what the problem might be, but every single engine that we have tried is with this on there, and it does exactly the same thing, having a rot noise. And right now, before, when we had that one, the noise was a lot more pronounced. It was louder, even at idle. You guys heard it on the video. It was really loud even at idle, and right now it's really good. And the other thing that we were checking before is the oil. And before, it looked like it was just the oil settled all the way in the bottom, so the dipstick, right now you can see the oil, it's moving. So we have some oil on some side, and before it was exactly the same as when it's off as when we were running the car. It was to level and everything. So I don't know. If we still have noise, it's because probably the engine got hurt. But I can still kind of hear it back there. But I don't know, I really think that was the problem. Well, now I gotta call the customer, explain what the situation is, and explain what we did and where we're at and where we started. And good thing we have the video so we can show him everything and see what the next step will be from here, or what he wants to do. But 4 engine, guys, and exactly the same problem. Only one didn't have compression, and then all the other 3, we will start them up, they will sound okay, and as soon as we drove them or took them or put some revving the engine a little bit, they'll start knocking. So we'll see. Okay guys, so yesterday we had the car on for about an hour, and that noise completely went away. So I am going to say this was the cost. I don't know why, but that was the cost of our 2 motors. One of them didn't have compression, so that didn't do it, and it almost ruined this one. But I think it's okay now. start it up. Yeah, so I'm not saying this motor is good. I'm pretty sure it got hurt from running it without having any good oil circulation, but it's okay for now, and then the customer has to decide what he wants to do. If it was me, I would replace it again, but at this point I don't know if he's gonna be able to get this motor warranty, if he wants to spend more money, because the first motor that he bought it from a company in Ohio, supposedly a Subaru specialist, and he's also the person that sold him that and installed that in it. So he ended up paying for the motor, that, and supposedly all the new timing components. I think a little bit over $5,000, which I told him it was insane and stupid, but he was just trying to get something that was good. And at the end of the day, he got two bad motors, or two motors that went bad because of that oil pan, and he just said no more and let him go, and didn't refund any of the money or help him out any way. He just lost $5,000 right there. So it is what it is, and we'll see what he has to say about it. But that's the conclusion with this, is that oil pan is what caused all the problems. And yeah, let's see what he says. Car runs really good. I test drove it on the parking lot yesterday, and I mean, the only thing was the noise, but at least it's safe to say that I wouldn't recommend taking this car to the dyno, or that engine to the dyno. I'm pretty sure it'll have problems once they start dyno tuning this engine, because they run it really hard. But the owner's supposed to come over today and talk to me about it, so we'll see how it ends up going. And this is gonna cut it for this video. If you guys like the video, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And we will have more videos coming. Peace.